at that point in time where I know that there was try taking time away from social media. And hey dearies, welcome back to my channel Convos with him. So welcome to part 3 of my third quarter social media fast, and this of course is the last video from this fast, and I'm going to just go through the last 3 days of my fast, what I prayed for, what I felt like God was saying to me, yeah, just all the details regarding those 3 days. So this video won't actually be as long because I guess the remaining of these days won't as in detail as the previous part, right? So guys, without any further rambling, let's get right into it. Okay, so we're going to start off where we left off from last week's video, and we ended at day 4. So today we're going to look at day 5. So for day 5, I basically just prayed for some friends as well as like co-workers. I prayed for friends who I have living here in Trinidad, as well as other friends outside of the country. And for me, I don't know, like this year has just kind of been a strange year, in the sense of I haven't been as close with my friends as I usually am. So just being able to spend time to pray for them was a great opportunity. And I also just prayed for like my co-workers and people who I work with, just in relation to what we are doing, different projects and stuff that we were working on at that point in time. So of course I'm not going to go into details in terms of like who I prayed for and what I prayed for, because yeah, it's not my business. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that as is, and that basically was my focus for day 5. I try to, anytime I'm fasting, I try to at least, if not every day, at least take one day to pray for someone, outside of myself and the different things that I may have going on in my life, because I think it's just good, to not just think about yourself and your needs all the time, but to keep those who may be friends and families, or maybe just people you may not know personally, but you may know something that they've gone through or they're going through, and just to keep them in prayer. Before I go on to day 6, let me just say that for this particular fast, this quarter, usually I will have like a breakdown in terms of, okay, day 1 I'm praying for this, day 2 this, and so on, right? However, for this time around, I did not have that, and that's because of all the many things that were going on at that point in time. So a lot of the things that I were praying for during that time were with different situations and stuff taking place at that point in time, and things that I felt like, okay, yeah, I kind of needed to like focus on this at the moment. So day 6 is sort of like something weird and nothing like specific, like let's say you're praying for your health or you're praying for finances or something like that, right? So day 6 is basically I prayed for the work that's required to see change, right? So for that particular time, I knew that there were a lot of changes that needed to take place, and I also knew that it won't be easy for those things to happen and to see the necessary changes that were required and needed, and that a lot of work and effort and intentionality was greatly needed for this to happen, right? So I just prayed for different areas at that point in time where I know that there was work to be done and change to be made, as well as I just spent some time in terms of like seeking for forgiveness, because I don't know about y'all, but sometimes we tend to think that, okay, we know it all and we know what's best for us, we know what's the best option for our situation, and we kind of ignore the people in our life who God may have placed to help us and to guide us, and we just do it ourselves and choose to do things our way. So yeah, I just kind of seek forgiveness for that, and just thinking that okay, I know it all, because I realize that I don't, and we need each other to help each other in this life and in this war. Yeah, so I just prayed for help in this season because I kind of do it on my own, and I know that the work that is required to see the change, to see the necessary change, I would definitely need some support from others, right? So what I felt like God was saying to me specifically on this day with regards to this is that the work that's required to see change is great. I am turning things around. It will take humility to change in this season, right? And I just have a few scriptures. I know also that one of the major things to see the necessary changes that was needed was definitely humility, which was like a big factor and lesson that I was learning at that point in time. And finally, for day 7, the last day, so for this day I really just wanted to spend time reflecting on everything that I prayed about, and just even everything that was going on during that time in my life, as well as spend some time having a heart of gratitude and just thanksgiving. So this was my focus for day 7. And yeah, I basically just thank God for the week of prayer and fasting, because it was really a good week, even though it was a very hard week. And just all of the different things that I believe that he was saying to me at that point in time, all of the revelations and insights, and just all of the things that he showed me that needed to change. I also, as I said, just reflected on what was said during that time, reflected on everything that I prayed about, and having that heart of gratitude for everything that was going on, even though it was a tough time. So finally, what I felt like God was saying is that the work begins. So I just felt like okay, like this time, the specific time of prayer and fasting was coming to an end, but everything that God would have said to me and revealed to me during this time, the true test of it was now going to take place, and was going to begin, because this is where all the work would be done, and where I will truly, I guess, where God will truly see that okay, if I'm actually doing what is right, or doing what it is he said that I need to do. So yeah, so that is the end of my 3rd quarter social media fast. I hope that you were encouraged by my time spent in prayer and fast. And like I said, like in my 2nd quarter fast, I think like you should really try taking time away from social media. And maybe if you're not a social media person, just try to take time away from something that you really love and enjoy doing, and just invest that time into your spiritual life, and you will just realize how good and how much God can do during that time, that sacrificial time that you make and give towards what time of the video that is. And it's time for today's sis quote of the day, so let's get right into it. So today's quote says, "Sis, this is where you're meant to be at this point in time of your life." I just found that this quote was fitting just to end this whole social media fast videos for the 3rd quarter, just with everything that was happening. Sometimes you can think that okay, this shouldn't be where I should be, or this shouldn't be happening to me, but there is a purpose and a greater plan behind everything that occurs in our life, whether even if it's because of our fault and because of mistakes that we made, God always finds a way to turn that around and make it for your good. It may not be something easy to go through, but at the end it will be for your good, and you will realize how much this has changed you and caused you to be the person that you will be in the future. So wherever you are, in whatever situation you may be in, that is probably just where you need to be at this point in time in order to get you to the place that you need to be, or to become the person that you need to be. Okay guys, so this is a wrap on today's video, and make sure and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and feel free to share it with anyone who you think needs some sort of encouragement. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and go over to Instagram and follow the Convos with Him community over there as well. Until then guys, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.